very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong. This is Pointless, the quiz show where the lower the points, the higher the chance of winning. Let's meet today's players. So, welcome back, Joe and Damien. You were on the show last time. Remind us how you did.
Well, we got to the head-to-head, but unfortunately our lack of knowledge about phrasier and peerages of the realm let us down, so we're back today.
They let you down hopelessly. Peerages of the realm. Anyway, well, today I think you're going to go all the way. All the way to the final. That's what I think. That's what I think. Well, obviously everyone gets 2 chances to reach our final, so this is your second chance this afternoon. Best of luck to you. And we also welcome back Kat and Aaron. Remind us how you did.
Shockingly, we got knocked out in the first round because of our lack of knowledge about tea, so hoping to do better today.
You knew nothing about tea. You couldn't even go back and console yourselves with a nice cuppa.
No.
Well, very best of luck. And we welcome Scott and Sean. How do you two know each other?
Well, I've known Scott now for 14 years.
14 years?
Yeah, we went to school together. I know it makes us sound odd. We went to school together, we go on nights out, we go on holiday together, and also we're on our first game show together today as well.
What about that? Have you always been friends all that time?
Yeah.
You're friends from day one at school?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. Well, very best of luck to you this afternoon. And finally, we welcome Carol and Sandra. How do you two know each other?
Well, we've met actually on auditions for films. We're extras.
Are
TV
you?
and film extras,
Supporting artists, if you please.
Yes, supporting
Look at this
artists.
extras, come on.
Yes.
Well, very best of luck to you this afternoon. Well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. So that leaves me just one more person to introduce. He's the man with the encyclopedia in his head, figuratively. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard. So how is that encyclopedia in your head, by the way?
Yeah, it's all right. It's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I'm actually must get it looked at. Great little show this afternoon. We've got 2 very, very good returning pairs. I think Kat and Aaron will hope to go a little bit further than they did last time. I don't think we saw the best of you, to be fair, being knocked out in round 1. And Sean, are you a maths teacher? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay, because the last couple of shows we've had a maths teacher, haven't we? We had Tony. It was awful, wasn't he? We always assume teachers will do well on this show. Tony has slightly knocked our confidence. So let's see if you can build it back up again. For the maths teachers of the world.
Now, we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless. So we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. The fewer people who gave the answer, the fewer points awarded, the better chance of winning. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they can. But what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off, would you believe it, at £4,750. Right, let's play Pointless. In the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. And do be careful, because if anyone gives me an incorrect answer, then you will score the maximum of 100 points. OK, our first category this afternoon is geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the first question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many US states with a coastline as they could. US states with a coastline, Richard.
Yeah, we're simply looking for any of the 22 US states that form part of the US coastline. For geographical reasons, we won't accept Pennsylvania or Connecticut. Apparently they have tidal shorelines, but they're not a real coastline.
I see.
So if any of you were thinking of saying Pennsylvania and Connecticut, think again. That goes for you at home as well. I won't take it from you either.
You tell them, Richard. Right, Joe and Damien, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to start first. Damien.
Well, there's some big old coasts over in the US.
Oh, they're huge coasts.
So I'm hoping the clues in the answer even of the one I've got, which is Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Like
Hopefully
what
it's an
you're doing
island.
there. God, I really hope it is. You're hoping to score as few points as possible with Rhode Island. Let's see if it is a coastal state. And how many people said it? Rhode Island. It's right. Good answer. That scores you 5 points. Rhode Island, Richard.
Yeah, its full name is the state of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. It's the smallest state in the US, but great logic. Island, coastline, very good.
Very good logic indeed. Kat, can you beat that?
Well, that was the one I was going to go with, actually. Not a strong subject for me.
Have you been to the States?
No, I haven't. I think I'm going to have to go with a safe one and go California.
California, you're saying. OK, as you say, that could be a safe answer, might score quite high, but better than scoring 100, I'm sure. Let's see how many people said California. It's correct. Oh, not bad. That scores you 64. California, Richard.
Yeah, it's got over 600 miles of coastline, and 1 in 8 people in America lives in California.
1 in 8.
Yeah, so really, really, really safe guess, I would say.
Excellent. Sean, how good is your US geography?
Now, my geography altogether isn't good. My weakest subject.
Really?
But, yeah, it is, yeah.
The geography classroom's not next door to yours? You don't
No,
hear the old
nowhere near.
raised voice?
And there's going to be pupils watching thinking, I can't believe you don't know this. So I'm just going to go for anything random. I'm going to say Mexico.
You're going to say Mexico?
Yeah.
OK. As an answer? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. Good. OK, you're hoping to score as few points as possible with Mexico. Let's see if that is a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Mexico. There are a lot of pupils in Manchester screaming things at the television now, Sean. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. That scores you the maximum of 100 points. Richard, Mexico.
Yeah, quite hard to know where to start here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is write a letter to the Education Authority of... yeah, Mexico, it's... well, I'll give you this. It's got a coastline. That's definitely the case. It's not a US state. That's a country.
Oh, what's going to be written on your blackboard when you get back to school? Can't wait to see that. Sandra, you laughed when geography came up.
I'm
You
with
laughed.
Sean on this one. I'm completely... Geography is not my
What
not
do you
my
do,
subject.
Sandra?
I study English literature.
Have you been to America?
No, I've not done a lot of travelling at all. So I'm hoping that it doesn't have to be mainland. So I'm going to go with Hawaii.
Aha, good thinking. Taking a leaf out of your book, Damien. OK, you're hoping to score as few points as possible. We are looking for US states with a coastline. Let's see how many people said Hawaii. Good answer. Very good answer, Sandra. 21. Richard, Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii 2-1. Again, a very good answer. It's an island, so obviously it's got coastline. It's got 750 miles of coastline, actually, because it's so many different little islands within Hawaii. Very good.
OK, thanks. We are halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand at this point. A wide-ranging scoreboard, as I always like to say. Scott and Sean, 100. Scott, you got a mountain to climb there. Good luck. Joe and Damien, brilliant answer. Rhode Island, brilliant thinking. It earned you those 5 points. Lovely low score there. In the middle, 21, 64. Yes, Aaron, you're going to have to try and find a nice low-scoring answer on the next pass. But could the second players please now take their places at the podium and we'll come back down the line. Right. Carol, we are looking for US states with a coastline.
Okay.
You are on 21.
Well, probably...
To ensure that you don't become the high scorers, you have to score 78 or less with this answer. No one scored that high apart from Sean with his incorrect answer.
Again, not a good subject for myself.
Really?
Although I have been to America. Right, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to go for Alaska.
You're going to go for Alaska. OK, here is your red line, nice and high. Come below that red line, you are definitely in the next round. Let's see if that's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it, Alaska. It is correct. Well done. Good answer, Carol. Scores you 25, takes your total up to 46. You are definitely in the next round. Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska, it's got a huge amount of coastline. It's a fifth the size of the whole of the rest of the USA put together, though with a smaller population than Leeds.
Than Leeds?
Than Leeds, yeah, though with the same average annual temperature.
Scott, I said it before, you've got a mountain to climb.
Definitely not one of the subjects that I'm really strong at. It's probably one of my weakest as well.
Dear, oh dear. Geography generally or US?
Generally, I'm not good at it. I wasn't good at it in high school either.
OK, well, you really want to be scoring a pointless answer, and even so, you might still be at risk of being eliminated.
The only one I can think of is, I don't even know its state, Orlando.
Orlando. OK, that's your answer, Orlando. Let's see if that's a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said Orlando. Bad luck, Scott. That's an incorrect answer. You scored a maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 200. An impressive score. Richard.
That's a big score. That is a big score. Was good news and bad news. The bad news, of course, is it's not a state. The good news is you're not a maths teacher, so...
OK, Scott, bad luck there. Great score. Aaron, you are on 64. You are automatically through to the next round. Doesn't matter what you say. You'll never overtake 200 there from Scott and Sean. You're going to go on a bit of a limb here. Do you have several options?
I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb because I went to this particular state and I remember looking out across some water to Canada. But I also know they have lakes up there. But I'm going to go for it.
Why not?
Detroit.
Detroit. Detroit, you say. No red line for you. You're through whatever happens. Let's see if that's a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Detroit. Unfortunately, Detroit is not a correct answer. It means you score the maximum of 100 points, giving you a total of 164.
Yeah, again, good news and bad news. It's not a state and it's not on the coast, but at least it's not a country.
OK, Joe, we are looking for US states with a coastline. You are currently on 5, a brilliant low score from Damien. See if you can equal that low score or better it. Whatever happens, you're through to the next round, so have some fun.
I must admit, I saw it was geography and I felt fear, but Damien has quite a, I don't know if obsession's quite the right word, but he's very into America and we've sort of travelled to a few states now. We'd like to go to a few more, and I'm pretty sure that Maine has a coastline. I'm thinking of Maine lobsters, so that's going to be my answer, please.
Very good thinking. Pair of you can't fault your logic. OK, we were looking for US states with a coastline. You are saying Maine. Let's see how many people said Maine. It's right. Brilliant answer. Scores you 10. Takes your total up to 15. Richard, Maine.
Yeah, very, very good answer. Obviously, it turns out you didn't need an answer anywhere near that good to get through, but very good anyway. Maine has an unusual, unique claim to fame. It's the only US state with a one-syllable name. It's true. It's not interesting, but it's true.
What answers should they have gone for, Richard?
Well, there were no pointless answers at all, actually. Our 100 people certainly did know their US states. Let's take a look at the 3 best answers they could have given. Maryland would have scored you 1 point, followed by New Hampshire and Delaware. So we can see 15 points is an extraordinarily good score. And the worst answer, I always say the worst answers you could have given, these are the ones that most of our 100 people said. The actual worst answers you could have given, well, Mexico tops it, to be fair. So that's off the scale. But let's take a look at the ones that scored the most points. Texas would have scored you 29. Let's take a look at California, which Kat said that's 64. And right at the top there, what do you think's top?
Florida.
Of course, which is where Orlando is. Florida, yeah, would have scored you 67 points.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with a higher score, I'm afraid, is Scott and Sean. I'm sorry, we've poured so much ignominy on you. It's unfair. You either know these things or you don't. I think you were thinking of New Mexico, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, of course I was, yeah.
Normally, I like to ask who's to blame, and if the other one slightly resents, the other one's answer. You know, you did, Scott, you did so well. You spit cross with Sean, letting you down. Oh, no. Bad luck, guys. I'm sure we will have a maths question next time you're on. We say goodbye to you now. You will, of course, be coming back. Everyone gets 2 cracks at the Pointless final. And we look forward to seeing you then, when I hope you'll do a little better than you've managed to do today. But thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head round, obviously, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. Right, the category for round 2 is film. There we are, film. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Right, so the question is, films with 2 Oscar-winning performances. In this round, it's our exciting new round 2, we're about to show you a list of pairs of actors. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to tell us which film they both won Oscars for. Richard?
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 pairs of actors. Some of them are a little bit easier. Those ones will score you quite high points. Some of them are pretty tough, and those will score you low points. If you give us a wrong answer at any point, that will get you 100 points. See if you can get all 6 pairs at home. It's quite a tough list, and the second list, I think, even tougher.
Yeah, good luck. OK, your first 6 are Morgan Freeman and Hilary Swank, Marlon Brando and Eva Marie Saint, Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman, Vanessa Redgrave and Jason Robards, Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda. Shall I read those out one more time? Morgan Freeman and Hilary Swank, Marlon Brando and Eva Marie Saint, Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman, Vanessa Redgrave and Jason Robards, Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda. OK, Joe, we are looking for the films for which these couples won an Oscar. OK. Do you watch a lot of films?
Oh, we go through phases, really.
Do you remember? That's what it is, actually. Not watching them, it's remembering them.
Yeah, names, I'm just not very good at.
I'm prepared to bet you've probably seen most of these films.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Come on,
really
don't tell me you
sorry.
haven't seen every Eva Marie Saint or Jason Robards film. Come on.
Well, it's right up there with my Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda DVDs.
Uh-huh. That's heavy shelf.
Looking at this, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to play what I hope is relatively safe, so I'm sorry, putting pressure on you. But I'm going to go for Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster.
Sensible.
And I really do hope I'm going to go for the correct film when I say The Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. Let's see if it's correct and how many people knew that answer. Silence of the Lambs. $53. That's a correct answer. It's 47 points better than 100. That's all you need to know. 53, Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor and Jodie Foster won Best Actress. Won 5 Academy Awards in all. So a safe answer, but a correct answer. That's the way to go, isn't it?
Absolutely the way to go. Kat. We're looking for films that these actors both won an Oscar for.
Well, that was the only one I was sure of.
Maybe she's going to force you into making a very clever,
Yeah.
pointless decision.
I know that Hilary Swank won an Oscar for a film called $1 Million Baby, but I don't know if Morgan Freeman was in it, but that's the only one I can hazard a guess at, so I'll have to go $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby, you are saying, for Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman. Let's see if it's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Very good indeed. Good reasoning and a good score, 11 points.
Yeah, very good score. As you say, Hilary Swank won the Best Actress Oscar for her role as a female boxer, and Morgan Freeman won Best Supporting Actor.
Good answer. Carol,
Yes.
we are looking for the films for which these couples won an Oscar.
I think I know 2 of them.
Have you been in any of these? No, none
no.
of these films?
No, as I said, I don't think we'll ever be in anything like that. I'm going to go with, is it Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda?
Yes.
I think that was on Golden Pond.
On Golden Pond, Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Very good score, 18, Richard.
Yeah, one of the many Hepburns and one of the many Fondas. They won Best Actress and Best Actor for On Golden Pond. Very good. Oh, let's take a look at the rest. Do you know any of these?
Oh, Lord.
Meryl Streep and Dustin Hoffman.
Kramer versus Kramer.
It is Kramer versus Kramer. That would have got you 15 points. Do you know Marlon Brando and Eva Marie Saint?
On the waterfront?
Is exactly right. Let's take a look at the points. That would have got you 1 point. So very well done if you got that. And the other answer, Vanessa Redgrave and Jason Robards. If you know the answer at home, well done, because it's pointless. This would have added £250. Any ideas?
No.
Julia is the answer to that. Very, very well done if you got that.
OK, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores. Well, Joe, that was a good punt, you know, and it was the right answer. It has left you out in front, I'm afraid. So, Damien, you've got work to do on the next pass to make it through to the head-to-head. Kat and Aaron, very, very good answer there from you. And great answer, Carol, as well. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more pairs of actors on the board. Here they are. We have got for you Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey, Tim Robbins and Sean Penn, Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson, Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench, Betty Davis and Faye Bainter, Charlton Heston and Hugh Griffith. Let me read those again. Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey, Tim Robbins and Sean Penn, Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson, Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench, Betty Davis and Faye Bainter, Charlton Heston and Hugh Griffith. Remember, we are looking for the films that these actors both won an Oscar for. And you are trying to find the most obscure, the one that will score you the lowest points, Sandra. Do you watch a lot of films?
I do watch a lot of films.
Have you seen some films with these people in?
Yes.
Have you seen some films with particularly and exclusively those people in that are paired?
But I don't know whether or not to play it safe or...
Well, let me help you make your mind up. You're currently on 18. To avoid becoming the high scorers and overtaking Damien and Joe, you have to score 34 or less with this answer.
Right, OK.
I can see that's helped you. Good.
I'm going to go with Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench. And I think it's Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare in Love, you're saying. Here comes your red line. There you are, below that red line, and you are straight through to the next round. Let's see if Shakespeare in Love is the right answer for Gwyneth Paltrow and Judi Dench. It's right. Very good answer for that. Well done, Sandra. That scores you 10, taking your total up to 28. Richard?
Yeah, they won Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, respectively. I think, although I could be wrong, that Judi Dench's Oscar, it's the shortest ever performance to be given an Oscar.
She's hardly in it.
Yeah, she plays Elizabeth I in it very, very briefly and won an Oscar for it.
There you go.
There you go.
Very, very good answer, Sandra. 28, that scores you, and that sees you into the head-to-head. Now, Aaron, you are on 11. You have to score 41 or less with this answer to ensure your place in the head-to-head round. We are looking for the films for which these 2 actors won their Oscar.
This is not my strong point. I'm struggling to name any films that they've been in. I'm going to take a massive punt and say Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson and The Shining.
You're saying The Shining for Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson. There is your red line. If you come down below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if that is a correct answer. Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson in The Shining. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Unfortunately, The Shining is an incorrect answer, which means you score 100 points, taking your total up to 111. Richard?
Yeah, incorrect, I'm afraid. Jack Nicholson, of course, was in The Shining, but I won't give you the correct answer just in case Joe and Damien want to have a go for it.
Well, that's taken some of the heat off you, Damien. You were on 53. You have to score 57 or less with this answer to get through to the head-to-head.
Only 2 I have an inkling. I know Sean Penn won an Oscar for Milk, but I don't know if Tim Robbins was in it, so I'm going to go for Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson, As Good As It Gets.
Helen Hunt, Jack Nicholson, As Good As It Gets. Sounds good to me. There is a red line. If you come below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Helen Hunt, Jack Nicholson, as good as it gets. Let's see how many people said that. It's correct. You're through. Good score, 14. Gives you a total of 67. Richard.
Yeah, very good. They won Best Actor and Best Actress. It's the only 2 Oscars that film won, but 2 pretty good ones. If you had said Tim Robbins and Sean Penn in Milk, you'd have just scored 100 points. Alexander, do you know the answer to that one?
I'm getting Shawshank Redemption. No.
It's not Shawshank Redemption. It's actually Mystic River, and would have scored you 4 points. Liza Minnelli and Joel Grey.
Cabaret.
Cabaret is exactly right. That would have scored you 15 points. Charlton Heston and Hugh Griffith.
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur would have scored you 1 point. And if you know that Bette Davis and Faye Bainter won, you've just got yourself a pointless answer. Any idea?
What about Eve?
It's not all about Eve. It's a good guess. So it's Jezebel. Both won Oscars for Jezebel. That's a pointless answer. Very well done if you got that.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Kat and Aaron. Look at that, 111 you scored there. Bad luck. Kat, you did fantastically well. Morgan Freeman, Hilary Swank. Are you furious with Aaron?
No, it evens out the blame. I got the last one wrong. So.
OK, all right. Well, that's very, very gracious of you, Kat. Aaron.
Gonna have to watch more films.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? You've wasted your childhood, presumably going out and doing stuff. You should have been watching telly. Anyway, you have been fantastic contestants. Sadly, this is your final chance on the show, so we say goodbye to you this time. But thank you so much for playing. You've been fantastic. Thank you. For the remaining 2 pairs now, things are going to get even more exciting as we enter the head-to-head. So well done, Carol and Sandra, Joe and Damien. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which, in case you'd forgotten, currently stands at £4,750. Look at that. Now, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many London mainline railway termini as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of London's national railway termini. Those are places with no through platforms at all. So, for example, well, Blackfriars, London Bridge and St Pancras, they've all got through platforms, so they wouldn't count. But all the other ones, the ones that sort of end where they are, the London railway termini.
Carol and Sandra, because you played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We are looking for London mainline railway termini. What are you going to go for?
You sure?
I'm not sure.
You sure about Paddington?
No, go with
Charing Cross.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're definite about that. Okay. Fingers crossed.
OK.
We're going to go with Charing Cross.
Charing Cross. Very good. Joe and Damien. Charing Cross is off the map.
Well, I used to have a friend who lived in Richmond, and I used to go to Ealing Broadway quite a bit, and I'm sure that's at the end of the line. So we'll go for Ealing Broadway.
Ealing Broadway. OK. So we have Charing Cross from Carol and Sandra. We have Ealing Broadway from Joe and Damien. Let's put them to the test. How many people said Charing Cross? Is it a correct answer? It is correct. A good answer. Joe and Damien, Ealing Broadway. Let's see how many people said that, and if that is a correct answer. Bad luck. An incorrect answer. So after the first question, it is 1-0 to Carol and Sandra. Richard.
Yeah, trains do go through Ealing Broadway, I'm afraid. It's not a terminus.
We won't forget that now, will we?
Yeah. There are quite a few answers that would have beaten Charing Cross, actually. Let's take a look at a few of them. There's a pointless answer there, which is Moorgate from Moorgate, you can get services to Letchworth and Welwyn Garden City, though there's currently a half-hour delay due to signalling problems at St Albans.
There always is.
Cannon Street would have scored you 1 point, then Fenchurch Street, Liverpool Street and Marylebone. All of those have been very, very good answers. There's Charing Cross there with 15. And let's just take a look at the more popular answers. Waterloo with 27, Victoria 28, Paddington 32, and right up the top there, Euston, which I think you were thinking of saying, and King's Cross right at the top with 65.
OK, here's your second question. Carol and Sandra, you are 1-0 up. You win this question, you are through to the final. Joe and Damien, if you don't win this question, you will be on the train, possibly travelling through Ealing Broadway on your way home. OK, we gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many friends of Christopher Robin as they could. That's not a euphemism. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 8 animal friends of Christopher Robin in the original Winnie the Pooh books by A.A. Milne.
OK, thank you very much. This time, Joe and Damien, you get to go first.
Okay, I've actually got a toy of this that I got from Euro Disney a very long time ago, so I'm hoping he's going to stand me in good stead today, and I'm going to say Roo.
Roo. OK, good answer. Carol and Sandra, Roo has gone.
That's quite a good answer. I think we're going to have to go for something like, I think the only one that could be that is Owl.
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 Don't know owl.
Because you've got Rabbit, Tigger,
Yeah.
Eel, Winnie the Pooh, Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I'd go
Okay,
with
if you're sure.
I don't
know.
You won't hate me if I'm wrong. Can we go with Owl?
You're going to go with Owl. OK. We have Roo, we have Owl. Carol and Sandra are 1-0 up. If you win this, Carol and Sandra, you are straight through to the final. Straight sets. Let's see how many people said Roo, and if it is a correct answer. Roo. It is correct. 61 for Roo. And you have gone for Owl. Let's see if it's a correct answer, and let's see how many people said Owl. This could be your route to the final. It is. Both relatively high scores there, but Carol and Sandra have won this round 2-0. They are through to the final. Richard.
Yeah, it was a very high-scoring category, actually. There was only one answer that would have beaten Owl. Any idea what that might be?
Probably Rabbit.
It is Rabbit, yeah, let's take a look. But even Rabbit scored 41. And there's Owl, they have 47, Kanga 48, Roo 61. Winnie the Pooh 72, beaten by Piglet, Eeyore and Tigger right at the top with 88.
OK, well, thank you very much. The losing pair at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, it's Joe and Damien. Head-to-head, it does for you every time.
I know.
Dear, oh dear. Who would have thought Roo would score so
It's
highly?
going in the bin when we go home.
Yeah. Yeah, Roo. You've done fantastically well coming this far. Both times you've been on the show. Very well done. You've been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much. But for Carol and Sandra, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win £4,750. So congratulations, Carol and Sandra. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. There you are. Now, though, you have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, which stands at the end of today's show at £4,750. OK, it's very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we have had no pointless answers on the show today. All you need to do is find one to go home with that money. OK, firstly, you've got to choose a category, and here are your 3 options. You may go for acting dames, India, golf.
I think.
Hang on, these are just the police alphabet. Are they? Yes, that's A for acting dames. Yeah, India, golf. Sorry.
It's one of the pantomime dames, or it's...
Or it's real life
Yeah,
dames.
so we'll go, yes.
Should we go acting dames?
Absolutely.
We're going to go acting dames
Acting
with
dames,
a
darling.
degree of confidence there. I like it. OK, let's find out what the question is going to be. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Julie Andrews films as they could. Don't look too upset by that. Richard?
We're looking for any feature films made for cinema release for which Julie Andrews has received an acting credit. These are movies, so we're not looking for short films or documentaries or things where she's played herself. So any Julie Andrews film for which she's received an acting credit, including voice performances.
Including voice performances. OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. And all you need to win that £4,750 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Right, your 60 seconds start now.
OK, well, the obvious ones. What's the war one she did? She
Yeah,
did a
'cause
war one.
the obvious one. I know she made a film called Victor Victoria.
She did indeed.
Where she played a man.
And a woman.
She did one of the Shreks. I think she did Shrek 2.
OK. Did she do Sound of Music?
Yes, but that's not, that won't be pointless, will it?
I shouldn't
Did
think
she do
so.
a film called Star?
Yes, she did. She played...
She definitely played the Queen in one of the Shrek films.
And Bruce Forsyth was her father in that.
So should we go for Victor Victoria?
Victoria, Star.
Star, and I think it's Shrek 2.
OK, I'm happy with those.
Yeah.
And I know there was a war film as well, but
Can
I
you
can't
think
think
of
I
it?
can't think what it's called.
I just think they're not going to be pointless, though.
I can't think of the war film.
See, she was in Shrek 3 as well, so should we? Because
OK, well, no, I'm
happy.
15 seconds remaining.
I'm happy
should
with
we
what
do
you
Shrek
said.
2 or Shrek 3?
I don't know. I've never seen any of them,
10.
so...
We'll go with Shrek 2. Okay.
Yeah, we're happy.
OK, you're happy. Stop the clock.
We're happy to go.
Brilliant. What are your 3 answers? We were looking for Julie Andrews films.
We're going to go with Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
And Star.
Star.
And Victor Victoria.
Victor Victoria. They sound like 3 brilliant answers.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I hope so. Yes. Which of those do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Maybe Star.
Possibly Star.
Star. Which you think is probably your least likely?
The Shrek. The more modern one.
Although I have to say I haven't seen it, but lots of people
Shrek
have.
2. So we go Shrek 2, Victor Victoria, Star. Let's put those up on the board.
I don't think it's good.
Shrek 2, Victor Victoria, and Star. There they are. OK, we were looking for Julie Andrews films. One of these answers has to be pointless for you to win £4,750. Only one of them. Let's try your first answer, your least confident answer, which is Shrek 2. It's your first shot at the jackpot of £4,750. Shrek 2. Let's see if it's correct and how many people said it if it is. Shrek 2. It's right. Down it goes. This is your first shot at £4,750. Still going down. Amazing. One person. It doesn't matter, though. You said this was the one you had the least faith in.
Well,
So there you are. That's a pretty good gauge of how well the others might do. OK, it's beginning to look quite exciting. Victor Victoria. Shrek 2, only one person said Victor Victoria. How many people are going to have said that?
A bit more people have said that now.
but
Wow.
99.
Yeah.
Only one way to find out. This is
About
your second
99.
chance.
OK.
Second chance to win £4,750. What would you do with £4,750?
Jump about a bit, I think.
OK. You'd still have it after that, though.
yes, of
Jumping
course.
about is free.
I think. I don't quite know what I'd do, actually. Facelift, maybe?
No, no, no.
Well, I'm buying a new Chihuahua puppy.
Ah.
A new Chihuahua? Have you? I mean, you've got some
one
already.
already.
Well, this might be your chance to win it. Here we go. Victor Victoria is your second Julie Andrews film. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Victor Victoria for £4,750.
Oh, dear.
It's correct.
More people are going to know this.
Down it goes. Got a good way further to go, I suspect. Victor Victoria, £4,750.
Oh, dear.
Well, Victor Victoria, I'm afraid, is not a pointless answer either. But you knew it wasn't going to be pointless. That was why you put it second. You said your most confident answer was star.
Well, okay.
I think we should have gone with Shrek 3 now.
I think we should have gone with Sound of Music.
No, I think a couple of people have heard of the Sound of Music. Right, this is your last chance.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Your last chance of a new Chihuahua and something else. Jumping around.
Jumping about.
That's right. We are looking for Julie Andrews films. We've had Shrek 2. We've had Victor Victoria. You are now going for Star, which you both thought was your best shot at a pointless answer. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £4,750. Let's see. If it's a correct answer, and if it is, how many people said Star? Good luck. Well, it's looking good so far. £4,750. Not much further to go. Oh, no! Unbelievable. What are the chances? Anyway, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that crucial pointless answer. So I'm afraid you don't go away with our jackpot of £4,750, which means that will roll over to the next show. But you have been fantastic, and you do get to take home our pointless trophy.
Thank you.
Oh, Richard. Richard, we've been through the mill on that one.
That was very, very close, wasn't it? And you know what? It's only going to get slightly worse as well. If you had said...
I know what he's going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
You're going to say Shrek 3 was pointless.
Shrek 3 is pointless, yeah. Shrek the Third was a pointless answer. Would have won you the money, would have got you the Chihuahua. Can we have a whip round to buy Sandra a Chihuahua?
Of course we can.
I think when people say they won't go on holidays, you think, oh, you know, fine, you'll go on a holiday. But for a Chihuahua... there were any number of pointless answers there. I think it's quite a good category for you, and it's very unlucky. There we go, Shrek the Third, The Singing Princess, That's Life, which was directed by her husband, Blake Edwards. Darling Lily,
Of course, yes.
Duet for One, sort of loosely based on Jacqueline du Pré. Relative Values, the Noel Coward play. You were in Relative Values, weren't you?
Oh, constantly.
Were you?
I'm seldom not in it.
Let's take a couple more. Chin Chin. The Americanization of Emily, is that the war film you were thinking
No.
of? She's certainly in that, and it's in the war.
I think George Chakiris was in this one, but it was in the 60s. I just can't think what it's called.
Was it called The Man Who Loved Women?
No, definitely not.
OK. Well done if you've got any of those pointless answers at home. Also well done if you know the name of this war film everyone's talking about.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you. I'm so sorry you didn't. You Shrek the Third.
Yes, you should. Well,
Oh, dear.
I would.
Bandied it about for a
You
while.
did, you
Yeah.
chatted about it, but unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Carol and Sandra, but it's been fantastic having you on the show. You've been brilliant. Thank you so much
you.
for playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yet again, no one has won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we'll be playing for £5,750. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.